Hello and welcome to the last video of 2023. In this video I'm not going to do sound design, but I want to talk to you about what I've learned from making videos on YouTube for a year now. I'll also highlight some of my favorite videos that I made this year, and there are two new things for you that I have in store for you, so stay tuned until the end of this video. So I started in January of this year to upload videos to this channel. I have basically four things that I learned or realized during the year while making these videos. So the first one is that it's so much fun to make these videos once you're over the barrier of talking to yourself to a camera in a room. Before I uploaded my first video, I did a couple of videos where I just sort of tried it out, and the more you make, the less awkward it gets. But once you start, it's actually much more fun than what you think it is. The second thing that I realized is that having a schedule, so an upload schedule. So I decided at the start I'm going to upload on Mondays and Thursdays. That really helps because you don't have to think about when you have to make something. You know, you have 2 days in a week that you want something to be ready, and then you can just focus on making that rather than planning as you go. And with that, the third thing that I realized, or the third thing that I want to share, is that having a setup that is ready to go, so ready to record, is very helpful. So I have my camera fixed on a stand on the desk. I have this microphone that I can just, on an arm that I can move away, but I can just basically press record, or turn on the lights, press record, and then I'm ready to go. So there's no setup time in terms of camera, lights, and microphone. And I think that if you want to make 2 videos a week, that really helps speeding stuff up. Then the fourth thing I want to share is about the ideas. So before I started, or in the beginning, I had a few ideas of what my video should be about. And this is part of that barrier I was talking about as well, is that I was a bit worried that I would run out of ideas once I start making videos. But exactly the opposite is true. It's like the more videos I made, the more ideas I had for other videos. So either in the same kind of topic or theme that I already made, or just completely other things that I haven't thought about. So one example of this is the video I did on sampling an acoustic drum kit. At some point I realized there are these practice spaces for bands in the city that you can rent. And then I thought like, well, why don't I go there and just sample and record the drum kit into individual hits? Before I was making videos, I never thought about going there, because why would I? But now it turned into a cool video and a useful set of sounds. So with all these learnings from this year on YouTube making music videos, I will continue in 2024 to continue making videos about sound design, sampling, and synthesis using Ableton Live and hardware synths and samplers and effects. The only change that I will do is a slight change to the schedule. So I've been making 2 videos a week now. I will commit to 1 video a week for 2024 to make sure that the quality is, so I can increase the quality and focus on quality over quantity. And that brings me to my favorite videos of this year. So I compiled a top 5 of videos, and I will play little snippets of them and also explain to you why these are my favorite videos. I would like to hear from you. What is your favorite video? Write it down in the comments. Starting with the first one, it's the location soundscapes. So I made 2 videos, but I picked the one with the solar egg. So this is like an art piece out in Archipelago in Stockholm. I went there, and it's a metallic object, and I basically tapped and hit it to sample sounds from it. And then I created this kind of video where you see the object, you hear sounds that have been sampled from the object with some sound design, of course. I will link to all the 5 videos that I mentioned here now in the description if you want to check them out as well. The second one is, it's actually a series about the Amiga 500. So I got an Amiga 500 and I had to learn how to use it, how to make it work. And the goal was to sample sounds into the Amiga 500 and sequence them. And this was a lot of fun to learn such an old device. It's from 1987, to make it work and to actually be able to create sequences and beats and melodies on this device. Another favorite is the video where I recorded quirky acoustic instruments. So it was a kazoo, a sliding flute, and a melodica with a slider that you can slide out. And with that, you can change the pitch. So it sounds like this. But I think one of the most fun things to do is to transform acoustic instruments into a sampled instrument, and then it really opens up, and you can create, you can play the instrument polyphonically, and you can add effects to it, and there's a whole world of sound that is there to explore. A more recent favorite video that I made was about how to glitch in Ableton. So here I basically talk about a technique of working with audio directly on the timeline in Ableton, which is something I like to do a lot. So skip the MIDI and just work with the actual audio files so you can see the waveform and then pitch it up, slow it down, warp it in different ways to create this kind of stuttery and glitchy effect. So not using any plugins or any third-party effects, but just directly work with the audio material. Then you get this almost like constant tone. In that video, I mess up the drums in different ways, and I think there's so much potential of working with audio in that way. And then my last video that I want to highlight is about sampling vinyl. So I have also multiple videos where I sample vinyl, but this one isn't particularly interesting because it's kind of an obscure record. It's like one of those test records where there's just tones and noises on it that were used in back in the day for setting up your hi-fi system. But there's a lot of useful synth sounds on those records, and it's pretty easy to turn those also into instruments. This was my top 5 videos of the year. Let me know what you think in the comments. And then, as I said at the beginning of this video, I have 2 surprises, giveaways for you. So the first one is I created a new music album. The video went up earlier today already. It's also available on Bandcamp, but also here on YouTube. And it's an eclectic mix of electronic music, synthesizers, sample-based. Go check it out. It's called Cut and Paste. And then the second thing is that I created a new sample library. It is free again, and it's over on Gumroad, so also a link down in the description. It's called Midnight in a Perfect Sampler, and it's 25 sampled instruments for Ableton's sampler device. So it does require the Live Suite edition of Ableton. I created these instruments by sampling different things like synthesizers, objects, acoustic instruments, vinyl. So if you like dark and gritty instruments, then this is a perfect library for you. So that's it for the last video of this year. Thank you all for the support, for the views, the likes, the shares, the comments. Keep making music, and hope to see you next year.